Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It is an older article, but in case you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys check it out. So several people have reached out to me asking why the fiber piece for T-Mobile is still so important when there's a lot of extra fiber out there and lots of capacity in the market today that allows T-Mobile to get good rates. And I'll talk a bit more about that in this video. So I want to clarify, I'm not against T-Mobile continuing their leasing strategy. If they want to continue their leasing strategy on the fiber side, fiber to the cell, fiber to the home, if they want to continue leasing that, that's fine by me. As long as it works for the consumer and they can serve their customer base, I don't care how they get there. But I will make the case that the owner's economics help in a big way, and you have the optionality to move at your own pace with the fiber deployments. Right now, if T-Mobile came up with a big small cell deployment as an example, they are at the mercy of the third party. They can't continue with their plans until the third party can trench the fiber. So let's just say T-Mobile is like, okay, we already have the contract ready. Our third party contractor is going to construct the small cell, the C-RAN. The third party is going to be like, you can build these small cells all you want, but we can't get fiber to them until next year. And in certain cases, actually in quite a lot of these cases, that's how it ends up. That's how the small cell C-RAN can just sit there sometimes. Same with towers. That's the same case on some tower builds. T-Mobile might have a specific contract with a fiber provider that they got a good deal with. So they do a co-location or they build a brand new tower, and that tower sits 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months at a time, because that's when the third party can get around to building and trenching the fiber to that specific site. And it'll likely be the same with the small cells. That's why T-Mobile considers the small cell build nightmarish for those reasons. And there's more, but that's a big reason. Because here's the thing, I'll go against T-Mobile here a bit. If you can build a tower, you can build a small cell. If you're going to say nightmare, you could say that about a tower. They have to go through the municipalities. They have to go through the permitting. They have to go through the third party to get the fiber. So it's very similar from that aspect. So if they can build a tower, which they've shown us they can build towers, or they can get the permits to get the towers, they can do the same with the small cells. It just becomes a nightmare from the fiber perspective. You have to get your third party on board to trench the fiber to the neighborhood where these small cells are located. And in some instances, if that third party that you're doing business with does not have fiber in that area, they might question what is their return on investment for building that fiber to that specific neighborhood that they don't have a footprint in. So they might charge T-Mobile more for deploying that fiber. Very possible. If that third party, say it's AT&T, they already have existing fiber in that neighborhood, they're not going to mind. They're just going to, hey, T-Mobile, yeah, you can hook up your small cell here. We'll connect it to the fiber and just pay us X amount of dollars for it. So the owner's economics, they just play out in this case, because you can move at any pace that you want. It's your fiber. It's yours. Hey, go ahead and trench this fiber for me right here. Boom, 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 done. Right? Some municipalities are very strict. I've seen some of the contractual stuff. Some municipalities, you can't dig up the sidewalks every year. It's every other year. So say it's the off year where you can't dig up the sidewalk, and T-Mobile wants to construct small cells in that year. T-Mobile will have to wait a whole nother year before fiber can get to those small cells. Now, that's not the case everywhere, But I'm saying certain municipalities are very strict on the approval process for small cells. And then, of course, you have the people that voice their opinions, the NIMBYs. They're like, hey, look, I don't want this in my front yard. I don't want this in my neighborhood. So you got to go against them too. So I still think if it were up to me, I still like the owner's economics, because you don't have to worry about it. If you need 10 gigs, the full 10 gig circuits, you just add 10 gigs. It's your fiber. You don't have to go through another negotiation with the third party because now you want 10 gigs. Right? And let me explain that. So T-Mobile is future-proofing the network from a fiber backhaul perspective. They're adding the 10 gig circuit. But from what I'm told, in most cases, T-Mobile's only filling that 10 gigs with 2 to 5 gigs. They're not filling it with the full 10 gigs. Why? Because it's too expensive. Regardless of the deal, how great that deal may be, T-Mobile is still going to pay more going from 2 to 5 gigs, and they're going to pay more going from 5 to 10 gigs, no matter how you look at it. T-Mobile can publicly tell you all they want. It's going to cost them more to move up in the fiber tier. Now, again, they might strike a better deal with another provider as an example. So as they go from 2 to 5, 5 to 10, they might get a better rate. Regardless, they're still going to pay more. They are still going to pay more versus, for one, what it cost them for 1 gig, for what it's going to cost them for 2, 5, and 10 gig. They're going to pay more no matter how this goes. So I just wanted to briefly discuss that. I still think this is going to happen. I feel it's a must for T-Mobile. I still think they are at maybe not the short term, maybe not even the midterm, but at some point they are going to shift and pivot to owning fiber. It just makes too much sense. The owner's economics. Eventually, you got to put 100 gig front haul to your small cells. That is a lot of money that they could be cost cutting with owning their own fiber. Yes, it's upfront, it's CapEx intensive. AT&T has shown us that. Verizon has shown us that. But now that Verizon is largely done with their build, now the CapEx is going to be reduced, and you're going to see the financials go up from that. So let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think T-Mobile must own fiber in the future. Leave all your comments in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.